time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone. Bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Big Larry in the co-pilot seat, and we both just got back from Vegas. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, I'm good. I'm glad to be back from Vegas in one piece and still alive. It was a good time, though.
It was a good time, and it was great seeing a lot of people in the industry hanging out, having drinks, having cigars.
Yes, it was.
And just chilling.
Yeah, it was. So, this is my first time at TPE.
First time in Vegas also.
Yeah, and my first time in Vegas. I didn't really know what to expect. TPE was good.
Did you learn a lot?
Good. I did. I learned a lot. I'm never going back to Vegas with you. That's the most important takeaway from this trip.
I've had other people say that.
Yeah. And, so a lot of... since I got back, and Hatch and I came back, Vagina and I got back
a day early.
Yeah, we came back Friday.
Were you glad
afternoon.
you came back early?
Oh yes, oh yes. I'm so thankful. And people have asked me, so how was the trip? And my response every time was, it was a trip.
Because, me and you have traveled once before together. We went to Weatherford, which was a drive over and a drive back.
Yeah, and you behaved so much better that trip.
Yeah, because it wasn't Vegas.
Yes. Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and I'm so thankful for that.
So
I'm thankful.
I don't know what it is about Vegas, but I feel like on my way to the airport or when I get to the airport, because you remember when we got to the airport in Lubbock.
Yeah, I do.
Like I went.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I went to the bar and I had 2 doubles.
Okay. Yeah,
that's how I fly.
and that's how it started. And we just spiraled down from then.
But also, I do remember that I had a good time. Mm-hmm. There's certain parts I don't remember, but for the parts I remember, I was like, damn, I had a good time.
The weather's a little foggy, folks. It's a little foggy for Rob.
But the flying from Lubbock to Vegas, that was a great deal.
Yeah.
No stops.
Yeah, it was great to have a direct flight. And that's the way to go.
Hour and 40 minutes, hour and 45?
Something like that, yeah.
Great. If you want to fly to Vegas and you're in Texas, drive to Lubbock. Yeah. You're in Houston.
It was definitely worth the drive. It was definitely worth the drive to fly to Lubbock and get a direct flight. Yeah, that was good. That was good stuff.
Southwest Airlines, you don't pay for extra baggage, which was nice. I had 2 check-ins and 2 carry-ons.
2 check bags.
I took
for free.
4 bags.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm all like, hey, man, will you carry my bag? When you get to the airport, there's these recordings that are like, don't take a bag from somebody you don't know. Yeah. I'm like, really? You got to tell people that?
Obviously, you do. There are some folks.
I'm like, if you walk up and be like, hey, man, can you watch my bag? I'm like, what's it worth to you? I'm willing to, but there's going to be money involved.
Hey, do you remember the name of that lady, the older lady? She was celebrating her 91st birthday in Vegas? Pat. Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah, she was cool.
I met a lady at the airport in Lubbock that was flying to Vegas for her 91st birthday.
Yeah.
Gave her a cigar, which she gave to her son or
son-in-law, one of the two.
And
her son, it was her son.
Okay, well, I liked Pat better.
Yeah.
She was fun.
Yeah, Pat was a character.
Yeah.
She was feisty.
She was,
Pat was
and
feisty.
sassy.
Yes, she was.
She was a lady.
Yeah. We're going to have fun in Vegas. Well, I'm going to have a party while I'm there.
Oh, yeah. She was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
So we get on the plane, and we are all on different rows.
By design.
Hatch and we're flying Southwest where you don't get assigned seating, so you just sit where you want. Hatch sits probably in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You sit midway?
I was on the emergency exit row.
Which is midway.
And I made sure that they were bolted in well.
Yeah, we didn't want to have issues. We didn't want to have Alaska Airline example.
I'm 6'7". I needed the leg room.
And so, and then me and Tim went all the way back to the last 2 rows.
Yeah.
He sat on the back. I sat on the next to the back. That's where we like to sit. Because there's not enough people, we get a whole row. Nobody wants to come all the way back there.
So what's the difference between the back and the next back?
Well, the very back row
Okay.
is like next to where the shitter is.
Oh, okay.
And the next to the back is the row before that.
Okay. So Tim was next to the
Shitter.
Okay.
Right.
And you were on the next. And he was on. You were in the back. He was on the next back.
No,
okay.
he was on the back. I was on the next back.
Oh, you were close to it.
Yeah, I was closer to you.
Okay.
And you know, when I saw you sitting at the exit row, I was like, I can't sit there. I don't want to help anybody.
Well, you know, my plan was to not let you sit there. I don't want him near me.
You know what the flight attendant told me when she heard me say that? If you can just at least help yourself if there's an emergency.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I can do that.
And I remember thinking, even that's going to be a challenge.
But I've had a drink or two. But anyway,
4 or 5 or 6.
And it was a great flight. Did you look out the window at all?
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
see the Grand Canyon?
No, I think I missed the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
I might have been asleep by then.
Tim is like poking me on the shoulder, like,
Rob, it's the Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon's coming up. 5 more minutes.
I hope he took pictures of it.
I took one.
Did you?
I posted it. Yeah,
Okay.
it was cool,
I'd like
man.
to see that.
Well, I didn't get the main part. I got the part right up to it.
Okay.
So
That's good.
whatever.
What happened to the main part?
I seen it before.
Okay.
You know, the last time we flew out there, Tim was poking me in the shoulder, like,
The Grand Canyon.
like, all right. Eventually, I'd like to go there and see it in person.
Yeah.
So once you've seen it from a plane, you've seen it from a plane.
Okay.
But anyway, no, we had a great flight out. We stayed at the Strat, which I was happy with the hotel. Were you?
I was good with it. Sam? I was a
Good
hotel
with the
for you.
Strat? Sam also went. He
Alfred
says
enjoyed the hotel.
he was good. Hatch was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
But if you know, Hatch is like a more upper class than we are. Or at least me.
Who's not?
I mean,
More upper class.
I think it would go Hatch, you and Sam, and then me and Tim.
So I think it would go Hatch,
Of course.
me and Sam, a bunch of other folks who shall remain nameless because we don't know who they are. And then down toward the bottom, it would be Tim and then you.
I think that's fair.
It would be Tim and then some other nameless people.
And you know, here's the
And
thing.
then you.
And you know, here's the thing. Me and Tim have traveled together because we've been such good friends for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
In March, it'll be 40
Wow.
years.
Poor Tim.
And this is the first time we've ever traveled together where it was just me and him that we didn't share rooms. So at 55 and 54 years old, we've grown up and we got our own room. And that's thanks to me. Because last year he couldn't handle the nude sleeping or anymore.
Yeah, I think I can understand that.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, hey man, I got this great deal. We got a room. I got blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I think I'm going to get my own room. And I was like, really? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, I just thought, maybe we'd try something new.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So I saw your room the first night we were there. Remember, I came back.
Was it messy?
That doesn't describe it. So I understand why Tim wanted his own room. I'm like, man, dude, you've been here like 3 hours, and most of it we weren't even in the room.
And there is shit
all over the place,
dude.
It looked like a tornado. Had
You
come
should
through
have
there.
seen it on Saturday morning.
No, should not.
I filled up 2 trash bags.
I'm sure.
There was bottles.
Yeah. I know there was, and they weren't all water.
You know what the saddest part about my whole trip was?
What was that?
When I got home, I had brought home my bar glass from the Strat, and it was broken in my bag.
Oh,
So, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, guys. I've got my 5 Vegas tips lined up for you.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be a surprise even for me.
Yeah, I got 5 tips everyone going to Vegas for some event should know. Okay. And we have an amazing guest this week. We have Caleb Sutton.
Caleb Sutton.
Country singer.
Yeah.
Has his own band.
Young guy, too.
Young guy.
Yeah, young guy.
And I'm going to ask him if he'll sing a song for us because, a lot of times those guys come on, they don't want to do that. But me, I'm like, you're not leaving unless you sing.
We're going to demand it. If we have to tie him down and make him sing, that's what we're going to do.
You see Big Larry blocking the door?
We want to hear Caleb. Well, they don't see me because we're not doing video tonight.
Yeah. But
I'm 6'7"
he saw you.
people.
He saw you.
Yeah. He'll sing.
He was happy to sing.
He will sing.
But good kid.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Like it looks. You think of musicians and like, I don't know. Did you know I was in a rock band at that age?
I did not.
I was in a rock band. I was a singer.
Ooh.
And Johnny Halfsack was the guitar player.
Johnny Halfsack.
My cousin Mark was the bass player.
All right.
And a dude named Jason, which was an amazing drummer. He was in a jazz fusion band before he joined up with us. He was going to Texas Tech for jazz.
Okay.
And so anyway,
that's music.
He was like way better than the rest of us. I don't know how we suckered that into joining, but like he was talented. Angel Train. That's the name of our band.
Angel Train.
Yep. Angel Train.
And you were in it.
I was, it was an 80s hair band.
Okay.
My hair was a little bit longer than it is now.
And you didn't have that bald spot back there, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay.
But I also had a full-blown pube stage. You know what I mean? I was like, down below, you were like, what was that dude's name?
So anyway, let's get back to Caleb Scott and what a great kid he is.
Caleb Scott. Hey, and he's doing shows all over the Texas belt buckle, which is I-20.
Yeah, around I-20, yeah.
I mean, there's a certain sound that you get when you find guys in that geographic location. Yeah. And like I'm a fan of this guy. 18 years old.
He nails it.
Yeah.
And you know, he seemed from when I first met him, he
down
seemed
to earth.
Yeah, and not only down to earth, but he seems to have like some wisdom behind him. It's hard to believe. It was really hard for me to believe that he's 18 years old. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think back to when I was 18.
Ooh.
Like if you took me and you took him both when we were 18 and you recorded some of our knowledge, you would think he was probably like 35.
At least.
And you would think I was 4.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's about right.
Right?
That's just about right.
So, I mean, yeah, he was super impressive. Yeah. Like I was like, wow, this dude, he's got his shit together.
He's definitely legit. He's definitely legit, and I look forward to hearing and seeing more great things about Caleb Sutton and the Caleb 100%. Sutton band.
Yeah, we appreciate him taking the time to be on the show, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
So, hey, you know what? We haven't told everybody what we're smoking. What are you smoking?
I am smoking the Opus X.
Oh,
and I'm enjoying the Opus X.
Very nice.
The mistake I made, I'll tell you, I will admit this to Cigar Talk Nation. I probably should have started with this one, but because it's light now and my palate has been, I won't say sullied, but my palate is not what it was before I smoked my first cigar of the day. This is my second cigar today.
I would have thought you said soiled.
So anyway, yeah. But this Opus X it's great, good construction, delicate. Fantastic,
dude. I saw you have like a 2.5-3 inch ash earlier on that, and I was like, that's not a surprise.
Yeah. So I've definitely enjoying this.
And I'm smoking an artisanal tobacco product. I am smoking the Jester from Artisanal Tobacco, which is the Viva La Vida line. But the Jester is one of my favorite cigars they make.
Do you have another one of those?
I do not. This is the last one. Wow. And it's been in there a while.
Oh.
But you know what
it's good.
do have over there that has your name on it? An El Popo.
Oh, Popo.
It's the last one.
Thank you, Rob.
Of course.
The octopus. I appreciate that.
You know.
I'm looking forward to it.
And let me tell you guys, well, you know what? We'll get back to that because I'm going to give you 5 tips that everybody that goes to Vegas needs to know about.
Yes.
So,
tip number 1, don't go with Rob.
If you're scared, don't go with Rob. But if you're not scared, if you got bail money.
If you're wise, don't go with Rob.
If you got bail money, come on, let's go. That's how I go. Here's the thing, people. I went out there basically with a group of 4 other people, so a total of 5. 5 people of this group like to go by the rules. Would that sum it up to you?
Yes, it would.
And
that
one
would sum it
does
up
not
completely.
go by the rules.
Yes, and that would be Rob.
Does that bother you when you're traveling that somebody's like just doing their own thing and they don't give a fuck about rules?
I never really thought that until this Vegas trip. Yeah. So
I do me.
Yeah.
I don't ever quit doing me.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who I'm with.
As we have learned.
Like, I think that some of you people were a little surprised, like how it went. Were you surprised?
I wasn't surprised. I was
pissed.
Well, yeah, that gets pretty close to it. Yeah, it does. But
we'll talk a little bit about that.
We all survived. We all survived.
We all did.
And me and Virginia came back
early.
Yeah, we came back early.
Sam.
Yep,
Sam came back early.
Yep. Me and Virginia came back even earlier than Sam.
Tim didn't.
Yeah, Tim stayed with you. Tim will never be the same.
Tim always stays with me.
So, I appreciate the fact that there's counseling services available. And I think that Tim will probably need them.
I thought you might.
No, I'm okay because I left a day early.
All right, that's fair.
I'm good.
So anyway, guys, and maybe no one's ever traveled with me before, and I just don't. Well, in general, I don't believe in rules.
Yes,
I think rules are important for people.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they're necessary for me.
Okay.
I like to do my own thing, and
yes,
from what I can tell, it usually works out.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So
I
far.
mean, it's like Mr. Magoo. You know what I mean? You just go bumbling your way through. I don't want to read the rules, and things work out.
Well, Mr. Magoo could not read the rules because he was damn near blind.
And I don't read them at all because I don't want to.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yes.
But it works the same.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll give you that. It worked out well for you. But sometimes you have to remember that there are people in your wake.
And it works out for them if they just jump on board.
I'm not talking about the wake that comes when somebody dies. I'm talking about the wake that comes after like a big boat goes through the water and
yeah. And I'm saying if you jump on board and just power through, we all get to enjoy it. If you step back and like, oh no, we can't do that, then it doesn't work out for you, but it still works out for me.
Yeah. Well, I made it back from Vegas in one piece. Me and Virginia got back in one piece. That's real awesome. And Sam got back in one piece.
And Tim.
Yeah, and Tim.
So, see, no harm, no foul.
I hope Tim's okay.
He's good.
Okay. I should take your word for it.
He's been doing it for 40 years, bro. So anyway, I had a great time. I had a great time.
It was, so people have asked me, how was the Vegas trip? And all I could say was, yeah, it was a trip. It was quite a trip. But and this was my first time in Vegas. I'm going back. I'm going back without you. I'm not going to tell you when I'm going. I will call you when I get to. I'll send you a text message.
Let me ask you this.
Rob, I'm in Vegas.
Let me ask you this though. Like after you go back and then you come home, would then you go again with me, or is it like a lifetime ban?
I think it's a lifetime ban.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a lifetime.
That hurts.
You'll get over it.
That hurts, man.
Yeah.
That hurts.
You'll be okay.
That hurts me down to my core.
You're young enough to readjust and recalibrate. You'll be okay.
I think that you should reconsider.
I think I should not.
You're like, I'm not going to.
No, I was there with you. Woo! It was Vegas.
It is not always easy. My wife.
It's never easy.
My wife called me while I was in Vegas. I didn't answer, but I did call her back. And she, you know what she said to me?
What?
How's Larry doing? Because she's traveled with me before. Yeah. And my wife and Larry are a lot alike people. Like right out the gate, they both are rules followers, and they like their, what do you call it? Privacy.
Yes.
And when you go anywhere with me, there's not a lot of planning and there's zero privacy.
Yes, as I have learned.
Mm-hmm. So, and let me tell you guys, like we would get up in the morning. They would get up in the morning and they would have breakfast, and then I would come down and I would already,
he would stumble down.
yeah, I would already have a drink in my hand at like 8:30 in the morning.
This is a true story.
Yeah, I mean, it's Vegas.
Yes.
I don't get to do that very often.
Viva Las Vegas.
I wake up, I take a shower, I brush my teeth, I trim my beard a little bit, I brush my hair, and then I'll pour myself a bourbon. That's my routine. In Vegas. In
that's your
Vegas.
Vegas
Not
routine.
in real life, because that would be awesome. But unfortunately, I'm not to the place in my life where I can do that.
Yes.
But I come downstairs and everybody's already like had a half a day.
Yes.
And I'm like, I just got up.
And a cigar.
And a cigar. And so we go down. But then when we get a cab or a Uber or whatever, like these people made me feel guilty, like I should not engage with the drivers.
Okay, so let's
talk about that. Let's break it down.
Yeah, let's break this down. First off, you did not feel guilty. Yes, we did feel like you should not engage.
You wanted me to feel guilty. I did not.
Yeah, we did not want you to engage with the drivers, but you did not feel guilty about engaging with the drivers. We didn't want you to, and yet you did.
One time I didn't.
That was Thursday.
I told the driver, I said, I'm not allowed to talk to you.
That's because Virginia laid down the law.
Yeah, she's like, don't
talk to the driver.
And so I got in the cab and I was like, sir,
I really want to talk to you,
but
I've been told
I'm not allowed to.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, why is that? I was like, I can't talk about it.
That was the best ride ever.
I thought it was boring.
It was the best ride ever. I've never had such a ride that was that good because Rob sat in the back seat and he felt constrained.
I did.
Yes.
In fact, I even asked Virginia, who was sitting in the back. You were in the front. I was in the middle row. Virginia was in the back. And I was like rolling down my window. And I'm like, hey, can we at least do some slut shaming? She's like, no. I was like, damn it. Can't do nothing fun on the way.
She's fun to travel with. She is. She's good to travel with because
she seemed a little nervous. Like a little like she could never fully relax.
Well, you have a lot to do with that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I fully relaxed.
Yes, you did. Which is why nobody else could.
So the funny thing is, at TPE on Thursday, I ran in. We didn't run into. Lauren came in.
Yes.
And anyway, I was like, we all went to the after show, and I left. And the next day, I found out that everybody was looking for me.
Yes, we were.
And she was like, I didn't know you were lost. And I was like, I wasn't. So can you explain a little bit about that? Like, why were people looking for me?
We didn't know where you were, and you were drunk.
I was
drunk.
I was tipsy.
You were drunk.
Tipsy.
No, you were drunk. I know tipsy. You were drunk. and the thing is, I felt like I'm the one that would have to explain to your wife that, well, he's someplace in Nevada. Is it Nevada or Nevada? Nevada.
It's Nevada.
Yeah, he's someplace around Las Vegas, but we've lost him. And I felt like...
So let me tell you how that call goes, okay?
Ring.
We fucked up.
No, but we didn't. But that's the thing. We didn't. We did not.
Right.
That was you.
But then my wife would have said that.
Yeah.
She would be like, I know how Rob is.
I'll keep that in mind for the
You
next
remember
time.
whenever Jay showed her me laying in the yard and she goes,
he's
oh,
been
he'll
there
come
before.
in whenever he can because he's been there before.
That's true.
That would have been the same with my wife.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we lost Rob in Vegas.
Yeah. It's just, it feels different.
It's unusual because you're not used to that.
It feels different when we're in a different, if we're in another stage. We were like 2 time zones away. It felt a little different. But I will keep that in mind for the next time, which is not going to happen because I'm not going back to Vegas with you.
Now, and I kind of figured that.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah. While we were there, I kind of felt that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, these people have never traveled with me before.
Yeah.
This is even eye-opening to them.
Yeah, because all you and I did back in, I think it was September, we went to Weatherford.
Yeah, straight over.
Yeah, for the McAuliffe Open House.
Did a show, drove back.
And I was so proud of you.
Yeah.
You did so well.
That's not Vegas.
Yeah, it's in this time zone. So two time zones away, and you just felt the opportunity to just let it loose.
Yeah, we started an hour before the flight.
Yes.
Leaving Lubbock.
Yes.
And it's like,
if you did.
I'd like to, it's like, you know what Melanie told me, Cisco kid, guys. She was out there and she said, I'm concerned about you. And I was like, why? And she was like, you're just going hard. And I said, it's better to burn out than to fade away.
We were all concerned about you. And now I know we should not have been.
Thank you.
Now I know the...
Should I have explained that before? Because I don't think I didn't think about it. I just, Tim could have told you.
He could not have.
Well, before we went to Vegas, Tim could have told you.
Yeah, if we had talked to Tim, if we had talked to him at the Lubbock airport,
and there is like a party mindset.
Yeah.
Rob doesn't stop drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know what? I'm disappointed we didn't do the whole IV hydration thing.
Well, most of us did not need it.
I could have used it.
Yes, you definitely could have.
You know, last time I went to TPE, I did the whole oxygen bar, and that was actually pretty cool. But then when I found out they had the IV, they had the IV going on at the show.
Really?
And I missed the opportunity.
I didn't even see. Sam, where was the IVs? Upstairs. Oh.
On Thursday only.
Okay.
And it was only $100 if you were like a show, a media person or a cigar person.
No.
And so.
Well, we were media persons.
Yeah.
But we didn't need it. You probably could have benefited from it.
I think I could have benefited.
Yeah. I'm sure you could have.
Yeah.
But the rest of us
normally
did
it's
not
like
need
$240.
it. Wow. So we get a little media discount.
For $100. I want to try it.
Okay.
So anyway, hey, tell everybody what we're drinking.
We're drinking Buffalo Trace tonight.
And it's a select.
This is a select Buffalo Trace. Oh, I don't know why I'm holding this up. There's no camera. This was hand selected by Best Price Liquors
here in town,
which has become our favorite purveyor
shop
of bourbons in Abilene at North 6 and Willis.
So if you're looking for bourbon in Abilene and you want the best price, you go to Best Price Liquor.
Yeah. It is not
North
false
6,
advertising.
North 6 and Willis.
Yep.
And those guys, they got a pretty good selection. You know, it's not a very big liquor store, and they have bourbon. Any bourbon drinker can go in there and find something they like.
Yeah, you should be able. If you can't,
unfortunately, I usually find 3 or 4 or 5 bottles.
Yes,
that I like.
We need to go back tomorrow and restock.
100%. I'm all on board.
It's getting a little slim in here.
Little disappointed in here tonight. We got
we're okay.
Well, Larry started tonight with the benchmark. Then I finished the Blue Note French Oak Toasted, and then I'm drinking the Jack Daniel's Single Select Barrel, which is 130 proof.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough.
Okay, thank you. And then we also have the Select Barrel.
Yes, we do.
Of Buffalo Trace, but none of these bottles are not opened, so
They've all been opened.
Well, now,
and there's not much left.
Right, so it's a little concerning.
Yeah. Well, it's Sunday night.
Good thing it's not Saturday night.
Yeah. So we'll
be back at it tomorrow.
Yes. They open at 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. I won't be up.
We'll be there 9:55.
I won't be
waiting.
Up. I will not be up. I'm going to stay up and the show tonight. But anyway, guys, hey, here's the way the show's going to work tonight. We're going to give you the interview with Caleb Sutton, and it's phenomenal. I've already heard it. I was there. And then
were you really there?
Yeah. And
completely? 100%?
I'm usually 90.
Okay.
90 is about the best you're going to get. But anyway, then we'll come back. We'll give you our top 5. Pick 6 cigars. I've been drinking a little bit.
It's going to be a rough night, folks.
So anyway, we'll do the pick 6, and then that'll wrap it up.
Yes.
So, hey, and you know what?
Before we go, let me just say one more time. So we've been sitting here. Caleb came over. Caleb didn't smoke, but which was fine because I smoked the cigar that you had picked out for him. Yeah, he can't smoke. So yeah, I smoked the cigar you had picked out for Caleb. That was Maria Lucia.
How is it?
Oh, it was great. Always, they never let me down. Never let me down. But you and I were here smoking. Sam's here now. We're smoking. And still the air is clear, and I guess that must be because of that rabbit air. Yes.
Dude, the rabbit ear, it hangs on the wall.
Did you say rabbit ear?
I think I did.
Yeah. Sam, what do you say?
One ear, one out the other ear.
I'm going to call it the rabbit air.
Yeah, rabbit air.
They're doing a great job.
Let me tell you what, man. Like, you can't even hear it either. Mm-hmm. That's what's nice is these two units together.
Yes.
Keep this place aired out. And I told Caleb because he doesn't smoke. Mm-hmm. And I said, do you notice any cigar smoke in the air? And he's like, no. And I was like, because we got that rabbit air.
Got the rabbit.
We were smoking before he got here.
Yes, we were.
And there was no smoke in here. Yep. So if you guys have your own smoke lounge at home, check out Rabbit Air. Mm-hmm. There will be a link in the show notes that'll take you to the one that we have. And I would put my name on it, but we do have our name on it.
Cigar Talk.
We put a Cigar Talk podcast sticker on it. And then let's talk about our other sponsor.
If we were doing video, the people could see it.
What?
Yes.
So anyway, then we got Case Elegance.
Oh.
I'm going to let you know what? The owner of Case Elegance came out and met us in TPE, hung out with us. And all I can say is the fact that he hung out with us 2 nights in a row.
He did. Yeah, and after the first night, you would have thought he would like, oh, I can't deal with these people anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, great products, fantastic products, and I have a couple of them, and you have a couple of their products, and they do a great job of maintaining the cigars.
Yeah, guys, if you're looking for a humidor, travel humidor, a watch box, they have the Butler, which is a app and a device that you put in your humidor so that you always know what's going on with your humidor with your phone. You know about the Butler? No, I'm sorry. It's not the Butler. That's it's the Valet.
The Valet.
The Butler was
somebody else.
Bovetta product, and I was never a fan.
Okay.
They sent me a couple of those, and maybe it was me. I don't know.
So tell me about the Valet.
But the Valet is super simple, and it's like it makes me feel good about myself because I didn't screw it up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tells you what the humidity is going on. Tells you what's that instrument? The
hygrometer.
No, the instrument, the dudgery. You know that instrument?
I do not. I don't know what that is.
Dudgery. Doesn't ring a bell.
No.
Okay.
No bells. Okay. No bells ringing.
Cool. Yeah. Anyway, Case Elegance has the Valet, and it gives you all the information about your humidity, temperature in your actual humidor. And we'll send you an alarm if it's like not where you want it to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need that. And because, one of the last things you want is to have developed a collection of cigars and something go wrong. If the humidity gets too low or it gets too high, you want to be certain that these cigars that you've spent money on, good money, because we smoke good cigars, you want to make sure that they're maintained the right way.
When's the last time you smoked a shitty, cheap cigar? Cheap.
Oh, it's been a really long time. Because I don't
smoke it because once you get
it's been years
acclimated to smoking good cigars, I'm not smoking shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Every time. Oh, look, somehow my phone was on voice recorder and it just recorded all that. And
good. We didn't say anything to be ashamed of.
Yep, you're right. It's spelled shit though. S semicolon T.
Okay. It edits things out.
Yeah.
That's
for no reason. But anyway, hey guys, we are going to do a quick interview here with Caleb Sutton, young new country artist.
The Caleb Sutton Band.
And I was impressed.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. So
such a nice fella. Such a nice young man.
Yeah. God, I mean, he's down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? If you're doing country and you're not down to earth, you're in the wrong line of work.
Isn't that the truth?
So anyway, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey guys, thanks for hanging through the break. We do have Caleb Sutton as promised. Welcome to the show, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, dude. We just got back from Vegas, and it was like, I got to get my shit together because we're doing an interview with Caleb's. So I just saw you not long ago. You were coming to play here in Abilene.
Yes.
So tell everybody what you do. You have a band.
Oh, yeah. So about a year ago, I kicked off the Caleb Sutton band. It's just a group of people that we just want to make a name for ourselves and see how big we can take this thing. My biggest motto is I'm not going to put my name on anything that I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
100%. That's how we do it here. Like if we don't believe in it 100%, we don't do it.
Exactly.
We've actually had guests that come on the show, and we didn't believe in them when they left, and they didn't make the show.
Oh, dadgummit.
So time will tell, Caleb.
Oh, absolutely.
No, man, I'm just messing with you. But no, we're the same way. We have sponsors, and it's like if we don't believe, and I'm smoking one of our sponsor cigars right now, and so if we don't 100% believe in it, I'm not putting my name on it.
Oh, absolutely. And that should be a goal for everybody. I mean, if you don't believe your name should be on it or you don't think it's good enough, don't do it.
Right. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do some crappy work, put it out there, and you're never going to be happy.
Oh, dude, that comes to producing as well. You know, I give a huge shout out to my producer Terry Mashburn over at Big Note Studio. He does a really good job when it comes to producing stuff, and that's why I'm excited for this upcoming year. We're starting to work on our second album to get it out there.
Nice. So let me ask you this: like you grew up in this part of Texas known as Big Country. It's Abilene here, and you're from Holly.
Yes, sir.
And so, like, you started playing back in Holly.
Oh, yeah. So everyone knew I could sing. You know, I started off back in 5th grade. I did a little talent show that we had going on in the elementary back then. And it was so funny because I ended up having a huge, voice crack on stage.
Oh, no shit.
And even to this day, I still get made fun of it for it. Like, I'll be at shows and stuff like that, and, like, I'll see a buddy of mine that they'll be there, and they'll be like, remember that time? I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not.
Has it happened since?
A few times it has happened. I've kind of learned to mask it a little bit. You know, usually if my voice does break, I'll just run it anywhere I can to make it get back in pitch. But there are a few times it catches me off guard, and you just got to play it off like it happens, you know.
I find that when I screw up, the best thing I do is make fun of myself.
That's what I do.
I beat you to the punch.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like if I make fun of myself now, when you make fun of me, it's not that funny.
Yeah, no, that's so true right there.
So, like, how did you get into it? Like, how did you even know that you could sing to go do a talent show at school?
Actually, my 5th grade teacher that year, she pulled me aside actually, and she goes, I really think you should do the talent show, because she's seen me do little specials at church is what we called them and stuff like that. And she goes, I think you should do one. I was like, okay. So I actually got my cousin and we both did it. She did really well. And from there going into middle school, I took a break from singing. I learned, started getting into that marching band kind of thing and played trumpet. I learned piano by ear, and then just a bunch of stuff through that.
Can you read music?
No, I use ear.
You played trumpet. I didn't know if you could read music.
Trumpet, I can read music.
Oh, no kidding. I thought it was all the same.
It is to an extent, almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like when you're playing guitar, you read music, or you just playing?
I just play.
Nice.
It's kind of like, you know, your chords and all that. Your simple, your G, A, E minor, stuff like that.
No, you don't. You do. I've tried, and it's a disaster. And I have family members that are musicians. No bueno here.
Oh, daggum.
So, but now you're playing the guitar. You said you've been playing for 3 years?
Yeah, I've been playing 3 years. I picked it up, I want to say 8th grade year. I came back to school, and I had it kind of figured out. Me and my grandpa made a bet that I could learn guitar in 2 weeks.
Who was for the 2 weeks? You or him?
Me.
Wow.
Because we were going through his closet one day, and we were cleaning it out, and I found his old guitar. And he made me a $10 bet that I couldn't learn it because, you know, we always made bets and stuff like that. So I got on YouTube and started learning chords and had my first song.
Now, is that his guitar?
No, his guitar is actually hung up. It's a very, very pretty sounding guitar. So I only bring it out on special occasions. This is actually my backup
Cigar
guitar.
Talk was not special, folks. No,
Man, I don't even bring that guitar out at shows.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's a heritage thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this is my blue Fender. This is actually my backup guitar.
Really nice looking guitar, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, my Taylor's in the shop right now. We did a concert out in the stockyards a couple weeks ago, and I blew like 2 or 3 on there, and it just sounds just metal now. So we got to go get it fixed.
So, like, are you like getting down on it so hard that you're popping stuff off of it,
dude? Yeah. So I have to buy like 3 packs of strings before we even go to Fort Worth or to a full band concert, just because I'm always breaking strings. And then, but also on the back of my Taylor guitar, I'm actually blowing a hole through the back of it from my buckle.
Nice.
I move around that much, especially on stage, because stage presence is one of like the biggest things you need.
Sure.
And it took me a while to figure it out. And
nobody wants to watch you stand there with your thumb up your ass singing.
Exactly. No, if you don't have any crowd engagement, they're not going to engage back with you.
Entertain us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that you learned that already at 18.
It's definitely a blessing. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely great to be able to learn stuff like that. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, because I used to be like that. Like I just stand up there and I just play songs.
I think everybody starts that way.
Yeah, a lot of people, and it's crazy because a lot of people don't ever get out of it.
Right, that's the danger zone.
Yeah, people want to see something they've never seen before. So that's why whenever I go on stage, I try to give them something they haven't seen.
See, people also say they want to hear something they've never heard. That's why they listen to this show.
Heck yeah.
It's dangerous. Anyway, but going back, like let's go back, because you're 18 now. You're still a very young man.
Yes, sir.
But what I would like to do is go back through like your upbringing. So your granddad had a guitar. Was he a musician?
No. So I'm actually the only musician in my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I, for some reason, got the music genes out of nobody. I mean, my dad, he sings a little bit, but it's just like, just singing every now and then you hear hum. But he has a fairly decent voice, and that's where I feel like I got it from. My stepdad, though, he brought the guitar into the family. He sings. He used to lead worship a bunch whenever I was younger and stuff like that. And that's where I kind of got the love for music, kind of. I tried learning guitar actually once before and got too frustrated and just stopped. I just stuck to trumpet and piano and kind of thing.
So do you have, what do you call it, calluses on your fingertips?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dang. See, that's why I can't play, because I'm a tenderfoot, but I'm a tender pinky or whatever. I'm like, oh, man, I can't do that.
Dude, I remember I'd be playing and I'd have to go get ice cubes and just set my fingers in them because I played till my fingers bled, kind of thing, so I could build them quicker.
Wow. That's like Pete Townsend. You don't even know who that is.
No, I don't, man.
Pete Townsend was a guitar player for The Who, and on stage he played one night until his fingers were all just bleeding.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's badass.
I know our electric guitarist did that one time. We opened up for a buddy of mine in Fort Worth, and he needed a lead guitarist that night, so I let him use mine. And he came up to me after the show, and his fingers just all sliced up, and I was like, "Damn, dude."
Yeah, that's serious.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this though: like growing up, I mean, I don't know how far back you can even remember, but say between the ages of 5 and 8, like what music was out that you were like getting inspiration from, or that you just liked? What'd you grow up on?
I didn't even grow up on country music.
Okay,
I grew up on pop.
Okay,
I hate to say this, I was born a city kid.
Yeah.
I grew up, me and my mom and my brother, we grew up in Abilene, kind of thing, and I think we grew up, I want to say like Charlie Puth. Like I know for a little bit there, like pretty sure One Direction was put in there somewhere. Like Backstreet Boys was in there,
So the dude that played with the Tennessee Whiskey guy, they did a duo. He's from Memphis. Help me out. I'm bringing sexy back.
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
Are you a fan of that dude?
Yes.
Like that dude's got...
He's got wicked talent.
Oh, have you watched the documentary of his tour?
I have not yet.
Dude, it's like the cameraman just goes with him on tour with him and everybody.
That's insane. That actually sounds pretty cool.
And to see how talented that dude is and how much he cares about the people that are going on tour with him is, I mean, because like my age group, a lot of people don't really care for him. He's pop.
Oh, yeah.
And so most people in my age group are either classic rock, classic country. I mean? We don't really like new stuff.
Yeah. And and that's what's really cool about our band is if you go to a bar and you see a band, you recognize it's probably country, you're in Texas kind of thing. But there's other bands out there that do different stuff. But usually in that country band, they play that older stuff and stuff like that. My band plays that, but we focus more towards of our younger crowd, you know, because we play in the stockyards quite a bit.
Right.
And there's a lot of younger people out there. So we play a lot of like Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, and stuff like that. And then I'll throw in my originals as well that are in there. But that's more of who we try to reach. But then if we see the older crowd and we know that they want to hear the stuff that they grew up on, we're going to play it as well.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, and the fact that you know all of it, like the old stuff and the new stuff,
It makes it 10 times better.
You have your own. And then do y'all ever dabble with any like rock and roll stuff?
Yes, so we close out majority of our shows with some Bon Jovi, You Give Love a Bad Name.
Nice.
We usually rock that one.
Nice.
And actually, April 18th, we're doing a show for Tarleton out there. We're opening up for Alex Aguilar, I'm pretty sure. And we got a huge show in store for them.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun.
So I guess what's this January? No, February. So like, are you booked like pretty regular between now and how long out?
So from now, I'm booked basically all the way, almost done booking it for May.
Wow. So 5 months out, you're pretty much booked.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely great. I was thinking back the other day, I was like, man, I used to like wonder what show I was doing next week. Now
Hoping
it's like,
that you had a show.
yeah, hoping I had a show and kind of thing. But now it's like, what do I have today?
And does that give you a little bit of like, at least I'm on the right track that I'm able to book?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely helped tremendously, especially when we get new venues. I'm like, okay, we're growing in the right directions. And you know, I will say this, the business side of music is a lot less fun than the actual side of music.
Oh, 100%.
You know, because I tell my band all the time is the business side of music is I have to go out, create relationships with these guys, you know, because the closer you are in a relationship with the venue you have, the more perks you're going to get with playing that show.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the relationships and the work behind the scenes, that's all the stuff that's not a lot of fun.
No, it's not.
This, like what we're doing right now, I love this.
Oh, it's so much fun
But
doing this stuff.
the editing, the posting, the promoting,
Oh, yeah.
that's all work.
Oh, yeah. No, so we, like, even when we do videos for social media, they see that one clip that we did. They don't know it took about 30 tries to get the one we actually liked, and we had to go through them and sort through which ones we wanted.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
So I completely get it.
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to get into my background, but I've always been a creative type, photos, all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely.
Video. But no, man, I have always loved music. Like some people like music. Like music is my core.
Oh, yeah.
And so me and this dude over here, Larry, we will sit out here and listen to hours and hours of music and smoke cigars and not watch TV.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when we do watch TV, usually it's live concerts.
Nice.
We're like, hey, let's see this. And I don't know about you, but I used to not like live music when I went to my first concert or two because, you know, the bands were like super famous, but they just didn't sound as good live.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't really care. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love going to the concert.
Oh, yeah.
But listening to live was kind of like, no, man, I want to hear it the way it is on the radio. Well, now I'm completely opposite.
Yeah.
I want to hear it how they did it in concert.
Yeah. No, it's because a lot of the studio things, you know, they put that auto tune on there, they mix it with a bunch of reverb, and then it sounds amazing. But whenever the artist goes out and do it themselves, sometimes it's just not what it was cut out to be.
Can't be.
Yeah.
You're not in a studio.
Yeah.
You're in front of people that are making noise.
Exactly. And it's a lot of that is like ear training, you know, learning to be able to differentiate between having a huge crowd in your face and being able to hear yourself and stay in tune that's a really hard thing.
So how does that work? Are you wearing like an earpiece?
So we do not use earpieces just yet.
So what do? You listen.
I just listen.
And is that that seems harder?
It's a lot harder. So basically who I listen to is for lower songs, I listen to my bass player. If I can if I usually match his pitch, it's usually right. Higher songs, I can usually hear my guitar, but if I can't, I listen to my lead guitar and I go off of him.
Oh, very cool. So you kind of got a built-in system going.
Yeah, yes, sir. It took me a while to learn it though, because I remember we did our first show out at Potosi Live, and our first ever show live as a band, and I went back and I watched videos. I was like, wow, that's pretty awful.
So you were like, I got to do better.
Yeah, I would do better. We after that show, we changed our whole entire game plan off of just our first show kind of thing. Because there's
have you made tweaks along the way? I mean, keep learning.
Constantly make tweaks. My band actually hates me for it just because I make so many tweaks that sometimes it's hard for us to catch up. just because I have so much in mind of what I want to do, and I know the path that we're on. And I tell my band is just trust me.
Everybody that is associated with Cigar Talk feels that same way about me because I constantly tweak.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, you know what? The new tweak is not what I thought it would be, and I'm going back to where we were.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You do that?
I've done that several times. And, yeah, a lot of it's with our set lists, you know, because I pride myself, I have a 75-song set list.
Holy moly.
That I not really expected, but I really wanted my band to learn, you know, and I was very adamant that y'all learn these songs because, let's say, because it's happened to us plenty of times. We do a 3-hour set, and the crowd...
3 hours?
Yeah, and I make it to where it's nonstop. I don't like to stop because you stop, you're going to lose your crowd. So I always keep it continuous. I let my band take breaks, you know, and I'll go into it like an acoustic set. Like, I know the biggest acoustic song going right now is Richmond, North of Richmond, you know, and I hit that one and it just gets them all going, gets the band a break real quick, and then they hop up and we just continue going.
My cousin just sent me a text on the way home from Vegas, was like, hey, man, I think I got an extra ticket for this Oliver Anthony. And I was like,
so good.
Oh, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, dude, he's a freak when it comes to guitar. I love it.
Yeah, I like his style.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask you, too. Like, who do you listen to today? Like, who are you a fan of? Give me like your top 5 or 6 people.
Morgan Wallen's definitely top. I love the way his story is amazing. You know, he came up through The Voice. He was talking to his buddy one day, and he actually posted on Instagram and said that the reason why he was kicked off or let go from The Voice was because he chose a country song. They wanted him to do pop, and he didn't want to. So that's why he left The Voice. But it'd go Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, probably Zach Bryan.
I don't know a lot of Luke Combs' story, but I love his story.
Yeah.
Or I love his stories. I mean, I've watched him like be interviewed.
Yeah.
He's got some great stories.
Dude, his story about how he got going is really interesting. You know, he worked in a bar and then he told his boss, he said, let me do a show. I'll sell a ticket for $5 per person. He said he had 200 people that night that came to his show. And I was like, that's insane.
Do you know that's a lot like Jewel?
Like who?
There's this singer named Jewel back in the 90s.
Oh, shoot.
She got started, do you know what grunge music is?
Yes, I do.
Nirvana?
Yeah, Nirvana and stuff like that.
So grunge is real, like, coming on strong, and she was more of a, like, take a folksy, bluesy type, beautiful voice, but nobody wanted to hear that music. She lived in Seattle where grunge started.
Oh, okay.
And so she didn't quit. She went and found a coffee shop, and it was a little coffee shop, found out it was going out of business. She was like, let me start playing here 5 nights a week, and you keep everything except I get $1 from every person that comes in. She did that for like a year, and within a year, every record label was sending their executives out to talk to her, and she was like, I don't want to make a deal. I don't want to make a deal.
That's insane.
Yeah. She turned down $1 million contract.
Actually?
Yeah, for
Dang,
real.
That's insane.
Yeah, I saw the interview on Joe Rogan, and she was like, yeah, I turned it down. I just saw, because when you do a record deal, it's not a $1 million contract. It's $1 million loan.
Yeah.
That you're going to pay me back because every record that sells, I get that money back first.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't want to do that. I want to put out a record and then me make money.
Exactly.
And Joe Rogan was even like, you were living in your car. Somebody turned down $1 million and living in your car. That's impressive.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, that goes back to just like knowing your self-worth, I guess.
Yeah, which is hard.
Yeah.
Being young.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a venue and they asked what my price was. And I told them my price and they just looked at me and thought I was the dumbest person on earth. But then I told them, I said, well, me and my band will pack up now because you're not going to tell me or my band what much we're worth.
Right.
Because I know my vocal ability. I know my band's ability, and nobody's going to stop that.
And you know how much work you put into it every day.
Absolutely.
That's where the value to me comes from, is the fact that, like, people go, oh, well, you're just playing for 3 hours. I mean, 3 hours is a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if they said you're only playing for an hour, it's like, Do you know how many hours we practice so that we can do that hour? Do you know how we continually try to get better so we can give you the best hour we can? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's your value.
And then on top of that, you know, it goes along with this vocal training as well, you know, because when I first started doing a 2-hour show, I was drenched in sweat, barely could talk after the show. Now it's just nothing. I can do back to back to back to back shows and be fine.
No kidding.
Well, now don't get me wrong. Once we hit about that third or fourth show, I'm about like, okay, we need a break for a second.
Okay.
You know, get a breather.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You know who Sammy Hagar is?
So, I remember the name. You got to remind me.
He was my first concert.
Okay.
You know who Van Halen is?
I do know Van Halen.
He sang for them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But anyway, my first concert was him, and $20 to go see him, which was, you know, regular. That's what concerts cost back then.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. But he had laryngitis.
Dang.
So my very first show, he was awful.
That gummit.
Yeah, and I was so disappointed. But the band that opened for him was badass. And then I saw him 25 years later, and he was awesome.
That's good.
So, but yeah, all that singing, you can hurt yourself.
Oh, yeah. No, it's very easy to either have like a vocal hemorrhage or just build up stuff that doesn't need to be there.
And I mean, some people have ruined their voice.
Oh, yeah. So it's one of those things. So I try to go to the doctor fairly regularly with how much I play and make sure my vocals are good, making sure that nothing's wrong. And it's been fine. You know, I do try to stay on top of it. You know, hot tea is a great thing to use for vocalists. And then vocal rest. I usually do vocal pauses just because it helps a lot more than a vocal rest. Vocal pause is basically where you just don't talk.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll send out like a text in our group chat, hey, yes or no questions, please. I'm not going to be talking very much. Like I've done one at practice before. I was like, hey, I'm just going to play through the chorus. I'll talk just to, you know, where we're at kind of thing.
And you see like that helps.
Oh, yeah, it helps tremendously.
Wow, that's crazy.
At least for me, it helps.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, people that don't sing, they don't know that y'all do any of this.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. There's just so much work that goes into having a full band and going back to like your prices and stuff like that. You know, when a band laughs at me and I was like, okay, well, then you're just not going to get our business.
Yeah.
And it won't hurt my feelings at all.
100%. So, like, who are some of the other artists today that you like enjoy?
Enjoy like top guys or just some guys that I've played with?
Well, I mean, just like, I would love to know who some guys are that you listen to that maybe no one else knows about.
Ooh, okay. I got a few. So I guess my number one would actually go to Braxton Keith. Braxton Keith, I opened up for him last summer, and he's been going on tour for a while now. He's getting pretty big in the Texas scene, and he's probably one of my top guys I still listen to.
Okay, what was his name?
Braxton Keith.
All right, there's one. Who's another one? Because I'm gonna check all these out.
Oh yeah, no. Ariel Hutchins would be another one I would check out. She's insanely talented. Me and her are good buddies. Jeff Martin's another good one to listen to. Tanner Sparks, very, very good. And then Ty Smith, but you wouldn't get this. He's a 15-year-old country singer that just the other day we competed at Outlaws and Legends contest, and this dude he blew it out of the water. He was so good.
Wow. So what about the Outlaw Legends thing that goes on here? Will you go to that?
Oh yeah, I go quite a bit. I
thought they only did one show a year.
So it is technically like one show. It's just it goes on for like 3 days kind of thing. So cause I think Nitty Gritty Dirt Band is headlining it this year. You know, last year I saw Willie Nelson and meet him and all that. It was pretty cool.
You got to meet him?
Well, meet him. Like we were in the back in the VIP section, you know, and he came through and stuff like that. But it was pretty cool.
You didn't go in the van?
No.
You didn't go on the bus?
No, man. I wish. That would have been insane.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of any stories of dudes that did that?
No, I haven't.
You should Google that before. Luke Combs had a meeting with Willie.
Oh, really?
It's on YouTube. Google it.
That's insane. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that.
Great story.
Yeah.
But okay, so there's a list of guys that like no one. It's not that no one knows of them, but they're not like being played on the radio every day. So, and how about the genre though? Is it like what type of country? Because when you say country, there's a lot of different kinds of country going on these days.
If I were to put it in a category different, it'd be red dirt country.
Okay, so just straight up Texas red dirt.
Texas red dirt is where it's at. Yeah.
Very cool, man. So where are you going next? Because we were like, hey, man, you going to come over and do the show? And you were like, yeah. And we offered you a drink. We didn't know he was 18 at that time, folks. And he was like, no, man, I got to get on the road. And so I was like, okay, cool. So were you headed back to Stephenville?
I'm headed back to Stephenville tonight. I got 3 shows this upcoming week. This is actually one one of the slower weeks, but we have a full band on the 20th. We're doing a little private event for a buddy of mine. It's her birthday, and they asked if our band would come out and play for him. I think we're gonna be in Anson for it. Wednesday I'll be at Fuzzy's doing a little acoustic set. I think Friday I'm at Lytle and Cattle.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you stay busy.
Oh yes, sir. I like to keep it busy. Keeps you out of trouble.
And so you're going to school too, though.
Yes, sir.
So how's your grades?
I ended out the semester with I want to say a 3.5.
Oh man, smart, sings. I went to Tech for one semester. Man, it was a lot of fun.
I bet, dude. I've heard Tech was pretty cool out there.
Well, it was so fun, I didn't get to go back. But it was a blast. But no. So do you go play anywhere out of state?
We're working on it right now.
Oklahoma?
I'm trying to get into Oklahoma out there, and then a few shows in New Mexico.
Oh, Ruidosa, can't beat it. It's like the poor man's Colorado.
Yeah.
And then Las Cruces, you ever been down there?
No, I would love to get down there though.
Like Las Cruces is like when you go there, you go through Alamogordo, which is like this little town at the bottom of this mountain, and then like I don't know, 45 minutes away is Las Cruces. But to drive to Las Cruces, you travel through the desert sand, the white sands.
That's pretty cool.
And when we were out there, they had the Air Force Base out there. They still do, but they were flying out the stealth fighters. So it was a great view while you travel.
That's pretty cool right there.
Yeah. So how about Texas? Where's the furthest you've gone out? I mean, because Texas is big.
Yeah. Ooh, let me think. I'm pretty sure a while back, I went up in the Panhandle once, I want to say.
See, that's where I'm originally from is Lubbock.
Yeah, I think I've gone up to the Panhandle once, and then I've done one down in Houston. I'm pretty sure.
That's where I moved from before I would have lived here.
Heck yeah. No, most of our shows, I call it the I-20 shows because it's just usually the I-20 will connect everywhere between we play.
The belt buckle tour.
Yeah.
It's like because it's just right across the middle.
Yeah, that's where we usually take all of our stuff. And
Midland, Odessa.
We're actually working on Midland right now and getting some out there.
Dude, have you been to Big Spring?
Yes, we've gotten Big Springs out there.
Tell me you went to the train car.
Not the train car. We went to.
Do you know the train car?
Yeah, I know where the train car is at. We went to the pool hall out there.
Okay, I don't know that one, but a good friend of the show's owns the train car, which is a cigar bar,
nice,
and a bar, and they have a stage outside, and their courtyard. I mean, the whole place probably holds like 400 people.
That's freaking awesome.
Brent, check out Brent.
Okay,
I'm gonna connect you with that dude because you should play there.
Thank you, man. That'd be awesome. Man. That'd be awesome.
So let me ask you this: do you have a girlfriend?
Yes, I do.
How is that hard? Is that hard? You're on the stage and all these hot chicks out there. Like, what does your girlfriend think about that?
So I tell her, I said, I give you mad props for dating a musician. It is definitely a different ball field because you have to be. The biggest thing is trust, and that's what we ultimately have. Is we have a lot of trust with each other. And
how long y'all been together?
We've been together for almost 4 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've known each other before then, kind of thing.
So this isn't like you didn't meet her in the audience.
No. We actually met through, I think, Facebook, actually.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
No, I added her on Facebook. I thought she was extremely pretty. You know, I never thought I'd actually ever meet her.
Texas girl?
Texas girl. Straight. She loves live music. Loves it. And, but no, funny story you say that. We were in the Stockyards last month, or not like 3 weeks ago, actually. And we were just going through the show, and this girl, she's sitting like right to the right of me. And this girl comes out in the middle of the thing and just flashes us. Pops them right there. And I just went straight this way. And she just kind of just like looking at me and didn't know what really was going on. And then her jaw just drops because she's like, there's no way this just happened. So after the show, I was like, I'm so sorry. I just want you to know I was looking at you, you know, kind of thing.
So you didn't like all of a sudden start doing a solo? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I make fun of my bass player because he just kind of goes, you know, I think I'm staring a little too long right now.
Hey, you're the bass player. You can do that.
That's what I told him. I was like, you're the bass player. You get away with a lot.
So do you hear me cutting out or is it my headphones?
It might be your headphones. I mean, I've heard you pretty good.
Earlier when I was trying to fix shit, that's what it was. Now where are we at? 31 minutes. Okay. I got to know where to edit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so how about brothers and sisters?
Yes. So I have an older brother, a younger brother, and a younger sister.
And are they like looking to get into the music business as well?
No, we're all polar opposites. We're all country, don't get me wrong, but we're very, very opposite of each other. I'm the only one in my family that has ever done music.
And where do you fit in the pecking order?
I'm middle child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
So how far apart are you guys?
So my older brother, he's fixing to turn 20. Or 21, sorry. My younger sister is 13 and my little brother's 9.
Okay, so you're not that spread out.
Oh, yeah, we're not that spread out at all.
Yeah, gotcha. I think I have a sister that's like 4 years older than me, 3 years older than me, and then I have my youngest brother who's 12 years younger than me.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're like way opposite also. None of us are even anything alike.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, I'm the cool one.
Me too.
It's a burden.
Yeah, which someone has to carry it, you know.
Right. So how about your mom and dad? They ever come to your show?
Yes, they do. They're actually they're my biggest supporters when it comes to all this. They go to almost every show they can.
How cool is that?
It is the coolest thing. You know, it's
when your mom and dad are supporting your dream and what you're doing.
Yeah, no, they fully support it. One of the biggest changes that I'm doing now is in college. You know, because I went in as a kinese major. I love human anatomy. I love all of it.
Especially girls. That's me, not him.
But I switched to business and music business degree.
Good choice.
And minor in music, just learning music theory and stuff like that, just so I can better me and my band. Learning stuff that maybe I didn't know, or maybe looking at it at a different perspective on how I can.
Taking any management classes?
Yes, taking a.
Because you're managing a band.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it's your band. It has your name on it.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, you need to know the business end of it. You need to know how to work with people.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to get difficult the further you go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're at the easiest stage there is.
And that's what I tell my band, too, all the time, is because we were texting our group chat today, and they were making jokes about, if you'd get us two shows a week, we just quit everything and just work for you. And I was like, Bubba, the moment we have 2 shows a week, we'll be on the road. We will have a tour bus and we will be gone.
And also, though, you're the manager. You're the guy keeping it all together. You're like doing the direction. I mean, you're in charge, but there's also a lot of responsibility to that.
Oh, yeah.
Because all these guys, you're friends of theirs also. I mean, you like them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And they're putting their livelihood on the line for you.
Oh, yeah, no. My biggest thing is I got your back, but I need to know you have my back.
Right.
Kind of thing. Because getting into my band, tryout, it's not easy. I put you basically through a time trial because I put it in perspective of we were in the stockyards again playing, and we had to everyone was up front. They were going nuts over the songs. And I said, hey, we got to get going. We got to song to song to song to song. Like, there's no break, and I need you to be able to roll with it, Trust me.
One song just bleeds right into another one in between a hey, whatever.
Like, my biggest thing is I don't care if we do a certain song in a certain key. If we got to get it going, we can't stop. I need you to just trust me and roll with it, kind of thing. A lot of it is just being able to adapt. And my band, I make them adapt and be able to just go with it.
Because I can tell you this, as far as Cigar Talk goes, like, pretty much I run it. And everybody knows I'm super easy to work with. I listen to all their opinions, and we try things that they want to do. That's all horse shit. We do what I want to do. And when we're at a live event, I usually go kind of crazy because it's like I want everything to be perfect. And when it doesn't go perfect, I start freaking out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we got to fix, and I can't hear anyone.
Yeah. No, and I struggled with that in the beginning, too. I remember...
yeah, I'm telling you, don't be that way.
Yeah. In the beginning, I struggled with that. We were doing a show, and I would always have to, because in the beginning, it was hard to keep tempo, because you're new, you're still trying to figure it out. And I was going like this to get my drummer.
You mean, okay, you're talking about the music or just the pace of the show?
Just the music in general. Like, we would do a song super, super fast. Like, we had to cut the song Hell of a Year completely out of our set list because they just kept rushing it. And it was where I was almost rapping. And so I just cut it out. So we're not going to do it until we learn tempo. Well, it got to a point to where we do fast songs slow. And I was like, we can't do that. So I got really pissed off one time, and I just remember I turned to yell, and I told my drummer, I said, speed the F up.
Right.
And I felt so bad for it, because I was like, I don't mean to disrespect anybody when it comes to being on stage. Because
what's tough is these are people that you like.
I know I love these guys, and I tell them, I said, I take a bullet for every one of y'all. That's how much I love y'all being in my band. I like thinking my band as a family kind of thing. And but you got to do your job is number one. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm paying you to do this.
I don't pay anyone. I give them cigars and bourbon.
It works though. It's a form of payment.
And I did fire my son.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
How'd that go?
it was rough. It's been a long. It was 2.5 years ago.
Oh wow.
He was like our producer or whatever, and anyway, didn't always listen to what I had to say.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, son or not, if you work here or if you have a part in this, then if I ask you to do it a way and you don't do it that way, and then I ask you again, and then you give me the same excuse.
Yeah, no, I've dealt with that before. I've never had to let anybody go for it, but I've had to have the sit down talk of like, look, I respect your opinion, I respect everything about it, but at the end of the day, I need you to just go with what I call. At the
end of the day, it's your name on the product.
Exactly. So like if it messes up, it's on me. If it goes great, it's still on me, because it's a lot like, and this is where the whole football thing comes into play. When a team loses a game, they don't blame the kids, they blame the coach. It doesn't matter if the coach could have an amazing game plan, but the
Are
team.
You a Cowboy fan?
No.
Okay, I am a Cowboy fan, but you know what? I appreciate that because you're young. Do you know how often I've said on this show, I don't know how anyone under the age of 30 could be a Cowboy fan.
No, I'm not a Cowboy fan.
They've never been good during your whole life.
No, they got to get rid of Dak. Let's just be honest here.
They got to get rid of Jerry Jones.
That too. Well, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another subject for another time. But,
Yeah.
So you've been in that moment where it's stressful as shit.
Oh, yeah.
So taking management classes will teach you a lot. And so I applaud you for like seeing, you know what? I'm going to need to learn this.
Oh yeah. No, I'm learning through college. It's really just learning a bunch of life skills.
100%.
Being able to not only provide for yourself, but provide for others as well, kind of thing. And, I'm so happy because I've seen the growth in our band with me learning a bunch of the stuff. We have a band bank account. I've never thought in a million years I'd have to deal with financial issues and stuff like that. But I was able to buy my electric guitarist a brand new amp because he had like a 1999 Fender amp. And then I bought him the same amp just made like
today.
Today. And it has like a built-in pad. It has a built-in storage thing. It's all electric. And like it has the screen and all that on it that he can mess with and put stuff into it.
He was stoked.
He was stoked. Like, he just showed up and it was there, and I bought my drummer a new drum head with the CS logo on it, and stuff like that. And me and my new bass were actually May 17th, we're going to buy our actual own instruments, because I've never bought myself anything. I've always bought for them kind of thing, because I like to take care of them first, because I can always make do. I provide. My biggest thing is I've always wanted to provide for them, so they don't have to worry about anything. They know that they're well taken care of with me.
That's the way to do it, all the way up.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, like, who would you say is maybe like a couple of hit songs that people may have heard on the radio, like that you like of other country music artists?
Just around here, or just in general?
Just like top songs.
Top songs, definitely Luke Combs' new album. Fast Car is probably one of my favorite ones to do. And then Morgan Wallen, it's crazy. I love his older stuff. His Last Night, don't get me wrong, it's really good and stuff like that. But his older stuff like Chasing You, what's that one called? If I Know Me. His older album before he was really big and doing these sold out shows. You could really see the grit in his voice and stuff like that, and how he was working. Don't get me wrong, he still has it. But there's a difference between working towards a goal and already having the goal.
Oh, 100%.
There's two different aspects. Like, okay, I have the goal. Now I got to keep rolling with it. And before there's like, okay, I'm going to do anything it takes to reach that goal.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, people are always like, man, their music way back then was so much better. And it's like they were hungry.
Oh, yeah.
They were trying to eat.
Yeah, no. And that's why my girlfriend actually makes fun of me so much for it, because on stage it looks like I'm like yelling, like going nuts at the crowd and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's because that's just passion. Having passion for what you do is a huge thing. If you don't have passion for it, you don't need to be doing it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And that goes across the board for whatever you're doing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you're not enjoying it, you should not be doing it.
Yeah, and that's a big thing nowadays. Because I know my bass player, he's a prime example of having passion. And even my electric guitars, he has just straight passion. These guys text me at like 3 in the morning sometimes. Hey, what's the key to this song? And I'm like, you're practicing right now? I'm like, but I'm trying to sleep. But no, it's just,
I don't do that. I call them at odd hours.
There you go.
Give them some idea that I've got, and they're like, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll text me, hey, what's this key? Or hey, what do you think of this sound, kind of thing? And I'm like, I give them kind of full reign of what they want to do with their instruments, as long as it's not overpowering, not too much, and it fits well, is the only thing I ask.
Hey, before we go, I got 2 things. First, do you write all your own songs?
I've written one of my songs, or 4 of my songs. There is one. There's 2 of them that I have not written.
And was that a band or was that someone else?
Buddy of mine, he wrote the newest single, Waltzing in the Hondos. He did a fantastic job on it. And then Greg Young, my actual songwriter, he wrote the song Too Wild for me.
Very cool.
Yeah, he wrote those. I co-wrote the other 4 with a buddy of mine. Her name's Riley Price. She did a tremendous job on those. My favorite one we've done is Texas Wind, because I feel like that one really hits home.
Cool. Well, then the last thing I'm going to ask, you want to grab your guitar and like give us a little sample of that song?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome, dude.
Keep out of here. I feel like all these older guys are going to get on me about using a capo.
I see old guys use capos.
Oh, dude. So we went and played, Mark Powell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went and played at his place a couple nights ago. And there was a point where we reached, he goes, okay, no capos. And I was like, ooh.
Oh, wow.
So transposing was a little difficult at first, but we got it.
Hey, just so you know, we went and saw what was that, Kevin Bacon Band.
Oh, really?
They were here a couple of weeks ago.
That's cool.
And he had a capo.
Yeah, that's all that matters, man. My thing is, as long as it's in pitch, I don't care what it sounds like.
Sounds good. That's yeah.
Or how you do it, as long as it sounds good.
All right. Hey, let's put this mic down here.
Okay.
Oh, well, you're going to sing too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Rock and roll. Let me put my mic over here so I can aim it at the guitar.
Sounds good. Let me know when you're ready, bub.
You go for it, man.
All right. This cowboy walks a lonely road with only his horse and his soul. He's seen troubles and he's seen love. Now he wanders to every town 'cause he has no place to go. He's a drifter, a wanderer, a soul adrift. He's a broken heart with too many rails. He takes one more shot to clear his head. His eyes as empty as a bottle next to his bed. And that girl as wild as Texas winds. He's seen mountains and he's seen plains, and he's lost the count of all his gains. He's rode along every dusty mile to escape the painful while. He's a drifter, a wanderer, a soul adrift. He's a broken heart with too many rifts. He takes one more shot to clear his head. His eyes as empty as a bottle's next to his bed. And that girl as wild as Texas wind.
Dude, that was badass.
Thanks.
No, dude, that was good.
Thank you.
Like, I didn't know you were going to be that good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so we're so happy that you stopped by, and hopefully we'll do this again sometime.
Absolutely. Just hit me up, man.
And we'll talk about like maybe where you're playing sometime. Go check it out.
Dude, so February 24th, we'll be in the Stockyards down at Thirsty Armadillos from 69. Y'all definitely need to come out. It's going to be a great show.
Well, hey, man, it's been a blast having you on the show, and hopefully we'll have you on another time, and we'll be talking to you, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, brother.
To escape the painful while he's a drifter, a wanderer, a soul drift. Then rub it in, rub it in.
So, guys, if you haven't tried out Jerkins yet, now you know it's time to rub it in, rub it in. Check out Jerkins. There will be a link down in the show notes. And if you buy 3 gallons or more, you will receive a free rocket pocket. It's like an oven mitt without a thumb.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Yeah. Rub it in, rub it in.
We're back on.
So anyway, guys, before we jump into our next segment, I want to talk just a minute about McAuliffe Cigars.
Talk about it.
You know, TPE was awesome because Lauren was there.
It was good to see Lauren.
And, you know, there's like this trade show going on with cigars from all these manufacturers, and I find myself smoking McAuliffe cigars because I know them, I love them.
And they're great cigars.
They never let you down.
You're not going to go wrong.
And, I mean, if you're looking for a budget-conscious cigar, I mean, all of their cigars are practically value cigars because of what you get.
That's right.
So I smoked a McAuliffe, I smoked a black, I smoked the Leanda. Did you get a Leanda while you were there?
I did not get a Leanda. That's okay. I know where to find some.
Yeah, Hatch was going to smoke a Leanda. She got one from Lauren, and I was like, she'd never had one. I was like, oh,
really?
You're in for a treat.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, poor Hatch. She's missed out for so long.
And then let's talk about Tabanero. Sun-grown.
I don't know what to say about Tabanero, except they make great cigars.
Yeah, they're the Maduro, which is the Neros, fantastic.
Yes.
The regular Robusto, I think it's the Robusto. I don't remember, but anyway, it's a longer Robusto.
Great cigar.
6x46, and it's a great cigar.
And that's your wheelhouse.
It is.
We know that's your wheelhouse.
And then if you want to check out their Connecticut's, also a banger.
Well, the
You know what I mean?
Connecticut's, yeah, I love those with my coffee in the morning.
So look down the show notes. You'll see links to McAuliffe and Tabanero. Great cigars.
You will find them.
Great cigars.
You will find them there. Yep. And let's not forget to talk about Artisano tobacco.
Well, that's what I'm smoking.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm smoking the Jester, and it's a fantastic cigar. So if you haven't tried Artisano, which is the Viva La Vida line and the El Popo,
the octopus.
Like you're missing out. Like those are, I mean, it was our #1 cigar of the year.
Yes.
I don't know what else I need to say.
Yeah. There's nothing else to say.
Boom.
It's a great cigar. Remember we were in Lubbock back in November? We smoked a whole box of them that night.
We smoked a whole box of El Popo.
That was a great night.
Like when you have a whole box of El Popos and everybody's smoking them, like,
and everybody's loving them.
That's a special night.
Yeah, that was quite a special night.
I would say that would be a famous night, but I also would say it was an infamous night.
Yeah.
So check out those guys, man. We don't steer you wrong. I promise you that.
We do not.
It's
Absolutely not.
Like we said earlier, we don't smoke shitty cigars.
No, we can't.
We smoke good
can't
cigars.
do it. We can't do it. We just absolutely cannot do it.
I smoked shitty cigars years ago, and I would never want to do that
years ago when we had no money and we didn't know any better.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, some of those cigars I used to like back then.
Yeah.
But that's because I hadn't smoked some good cigars.
Yeah. Didn't know about the good stuff.
Yeah.
Did not go with the good stuff.
Hey, guys, we're going to go in, before we do our pick six, I'm going to give you 5 Vegas traveling tips.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Take booze.
Yes.
Is that a good one?
That's a great one.
Like,
that's number one on everybody's list.
We took 2
Take
bottles.
booze. Yes, we
and
did.
you brought those.
Yes, I did.
And so what we know now is
they did not last long.
We should have, all 5 of us, brought 2 bottles. to have 10 bottles because booze is expensive as shit in Vegas.
Yeah. A little pricey to drink in Vegas.
And my second tip is go buy booze if you didn't bring any booze. And when you go buy booze, go to a grocery store.
Way to do it.
I bought 2 bottles at the grocery store, and you got to realize I took a cab to the grocery store. And I said, hey, man, is it cool if I run in and buy some booze, come back out, and you wait for me? And he's like, yeah, but I'm going to need your credit card. And I was like, Tim's not going in with me. He'll be in the car the whole time. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's fine then.
Tim was the hostage.
Yeah. And so I went into the grocery store and I bought a bottle of Woodford Reserve, which was $48.
Okay. That's not horrible.
And then I bought a bottle of Envy.
Yes, you did.
Angel's Envy bourbon, which was $52. Also not bad. I mean, it's not your bargain value, but
it's Vegas.
When we were at our hotel lounge, a double was $34. With a tip, it's $40 for a double.
Wow.
And so that leads me to my next tip is you go to a hotel, you've got a good bar, you hang out, buy yourself a bourbon at the bar.
Yes.
When you finish that, you keep that glass from now on.
We probably shouldn't talk about that.
And then you go up to your room and you pour yourself a double and a half, and now you walk back down, and because the glass you had from the bar has the hotel logo on it, people just assume that you bought it at the bar.
Let's hope the mayor of Las Vegas and whoever runs the convention and visitors bureau is not listening to this show right now.
I'm just saying, keep the glass.
Tips. Pro tips, folks. Pro tips.
Yeah. And then second is
third
cabs. No, that was the third one. We did take booze, buy booze, drink a hotel drink.
Okay.
But keep the glass.
Yes.
That's 3. Cabs over Uber.
Okay.
What do you say? Like, I thought cabs were better than Ubers.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what the Ubers cost. Some of the cabs are really small. I'm 6'7". Some of the cabs are really,
I didn't have
small.
to deal with that myself, so I didn't give a shit.
Right.
Like I noticed that one time we got a cab and it was a Prius, and you were like, "Fuck that! I'm not going. I'll get another ride."
And it was in a Prius.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, you the
Then
right?
it wound up being in a Prius.
Were you excited about that?
I was not. I was cramped.
Were you in the front?
I was.
You always rode in the front.
Yeah, I did.
Did you ever rode in the back?
No.
Because the very back was small.
Yeah, that's very
I didn't
small.
even get in there. That was Hatch and Sam.
That's made for That's made for the third row in whatever kind of SUV or
Unless it's
people
full
have station
size.
wagon.
Yeah.
Even those, it's still not a lot of room. Those are made for small children.
So what you're
Or
looking for
Sam.
is a good time van.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
That's fair.
Or the front seat and whatever I'm in.
Yeah, you were always
Except
in the front.
Prius.
Yeah,
Except
you
the
were
Prius.
you were always in the front.
Yeah. Had to be.
And me and Tim were always in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Together?
Yep.
Together in the
Yep.
middle.
Yep.
The middle
Yep.
row.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
We spooned.
Ooh, so we're going to talk about this pick 6, right?
Oh wait! Is that all?
there's
Is that
more
all the?
tips. I think you have one more.
I got one more, and here's what I would say.
Rob
so
lost
this
count.
is our third time, or no, second time to TPE.
My first.
And TPE wasn't at the same location for the after party as it was this year, but it was still at the convention center. But what we looked at, especially after hearing from Michael Slate from Case Elegance and a couple of others, was what you save having the Tesla tunnel, which takes you from the World Resort straight to the International Conference Center.
Yeah.
It's $5.
Oh.
I think I spent $232 on Ubers or cabs.
Wow. Big difference.
And
Huge difference.
$5 each.
Huge.
Yeah. So you're spending $10 a day to take the the Tesla tunnel. I didn't even know about the Tesla tunnel. And basically,
Neither
you
did I.
walk out and you go to the tunnel and you get in a Tesla, and a dude drives you straight to the conference center for $5.
Oh,
Like, that would have been badass. We didn't have that option at the
we did
Strat.
not. No, we didn't.
So, but I mean, if you're only paying $10 a day, you can easily add $40 a day to your hotel.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha.
So that was something I didn't even know about.
Yep.
So, but my advice here is stay as close to the event location or / after party and fun locations that you want to make, because it's a great way to go. When you stay like at the Strat, hotel was great.
Yeah, it was.
Lobby, or I guess the bar scene, was fine.
Everything was good.
But we did a lot of Ubering.
Yeah.
So
a lot of Uber.
like we could have saved a lot of money if we stayed like right next to everywhere we wanted to be.
Yeah. Well, we know next time.
Learn.
Lessons learned. That's it.
Live
Lessons
and learn.
learned.
That's
Yep,
the whole
that's
thing.
right. Mm-hmm.
And so the other thing is, like when I left the studio to go to Lubbock, I took a box of 24 cigars. Not enough.
Well, you were handing them out like candy to everybody we encountered.
I know, that's the whole deal. I
Yes.
always do.
Yeah.
I love handing out cigars. When I ask somebody, you smoke cigars, and they say yes, I'm like, look, well, you got to try this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did regret that.
Yeah, I get it.
I was
so
like-
did I.
I didn't even make it to the TPE with El Popos.
Oh,
I brought 4 El Popos for us to smoke. I gave all of them away.
no. Well, but that's who you are. Because you want people.
I want to share.
Yeah, and you want people to really get the full impact of the experience, and you got to give them a good cigar in order for them to do that.
And I don't carry bad cigars.
Yeah, that's true.
If I offer you a cigar, you should smoke it.
Yes.
I'm not like, hey, you want a Blackburn or whatever it's called, Blackwoods, Backwoods, whatever it's called.
I don't know. You offered me a cigar, and I smoked it.
And it was good.
It was a great cigar.
Yeah. So we went to TPE and we were in the media room, and basically we were doing interviews in there. So you guys have those interviews be coming up in the future shows.
Very soon.
We got some fun stuff. We got some entertainment stuff. We got some intellectual stuff. And so you got some good stuff coming out of TPE. But for the most part, it was all about fun, hanging out, and building relationships.
And we built relationships. It was so good to hang out with Michael Slate from Case Elegance.
Oh, Michael, dude. Michael is like way cooler than I even knew.
Yeah.
Like I always knew the dude was a cool dude, good business guy,
Yeah.
but hanging out with him, I didn't know he was that cool.
That was a great time.
yeah, super,
Absolutely great time.
super cool. And the fact that he hung out with us more than once.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had other people that hung out with us once and was like, that's all I can do.
Yeah.
He came back for more.
I can't do this again.
So hats off.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you for being a sponsor. And
Thank you, Michael. You got the Rob Jones experience, and you're still a sponsor. And
that's amazing.
yes, it is.
So,
We had
and,
a good time.
you know, he's going to get one of the Tesla trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to talk him into coming down to Buffalo Gap so he'll be at the finish line when we win.
Yes. When we come back off of the Buffalo Run.
The Buffalo Run
June
in
6th.
the Cigar Talk race van.
That's right. June 6th, people. June 6th.
I'm looking forward to
Stay
that.
tuned.
That's our next big event.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Stay tuned, Cigar Talk family. Look forward to hearing you.
We're
I
gonna
know you
post-
look forward to hearing about the Buffalo Run.
We're going to post pictures of the evolve, what do you call it, the evolution
Yes.
of the van. And so that should be interesting. And then, anyway, great trip to Vegas. And thank you for Michael hanging out with us and like not being too judgmental.
Yeah.
People that are judgmental don't sponsor this show. I can promise you that.
That's true. That's
So anyway, let's jump into our pick 6 of the week.
true. Okay.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, I'm going first.
Shocker.
Glad I'm ready. The Trinidad Espirito Series 3, Nicaraguan tobacco. man, that was a good cigar. That was such a great cigar. Really enjoyed that. And that's one of the ones I'd never smoked it before. I picked it up at TPE. Great cigar.
What's the name of it?
It was Trinidad Espiritu Series 3.
Good cigar.
Yeah, that was
cigar.
a good cigar. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm a fast smoker. Lasts me for a while. Full of great flavor.
Dude, I looked across the room and you look like a greyhound race dog in heat.
That was a good smoke. I really enjoyed that. Also had the La Aurora the 120th anniversary.
Great cigar.
Yeah,
I got
good.
one of those when you
that.
got one.
Yeah.
We were walking on the show floor, and the guys over at La Aurora were like, "Hey, try these out." They gave us a whole pack of them, and we smoked the shit out of them.
Oh, they were good. Man,
they
that
were
was good.
good.
Dominican Republic.
Hey, in fact, we have a interview with Willie
Good.
from La Aurora coming up.
All right. Yeah. Good. And Cigar Talk family, you're going to look forward to that. Great interview.
Mm-hmm.
And great people. Just absolutely great people. And the last one on my list was the Hustler Maduro. And that's a cigar I'd never heard of before, but they were
I'd
there.
never heard of it.
They were there at TPE.
And let's back up, because when you say Hustler cigar, people might be like, is that like Hustler magazine? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yep. Larry
It's a
Flint.
Larry Flint company that now they're making cigars.
They are.
And I got to say, you enjoyed it and Sam enjoyed it. And so, wow.
Man, that was such. It was
We need
such
to
a
find
great
out who
cigar.
makes that.
Yeah.
Because, Flint, is he dead?
I don't know. Is Larry Flint dead? Sam's going to
We'll get
we'll find out here in a minute.
Jamie guy to look that up.
Yeah, but no, man, that was a great cigar, and it was again, I'm a fast smoker. I probably smoked that cigar for almost 3 hours. Maduro was, oh my man.
Are you serious?
I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed that. I was looking, because I smoked it on Wednesday when we got to Caesar's Palace Wednesday. I lit it up and I smoked it the whole night while we were looking for you. Yes, but it was good. Yeah.
I didn't know I was lost, people.
Well, there's a lot you didn't know that night.
February 10th, 2021.
What's that?
February 10th, 2021.
That's
All
when
right.
he died.
He died in 21.
Okay.
Hustler dude's dead.
Yeah. Well,
But
his legacy
he's
lives
making
on.
good cigars in his grave.
Yeah.
But no, I'd like to find out who makes those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That should be easy to find out.
Yes.
But okay, good list.
Thank you.
So last night I had the original Opus X. No, not last night. Friday night. All the nights kind of run together.
Yeah, they did.
I got to take a drink of water.
Drink that water. Drink that water. Water's good. When you're drinking smart water,
The smart water, right?
you need to drink more of that.
It doesn't do anything.
Smart water. Yeah, but hopefully you'll get smarter.
So
Probably
the Opus X original Lancero, that's what I had Friday night. Freaking phenomenal cigar. And the thing that was like lightning was how delicate the profile is. The retro hell on those were freaking amazing. Like, I retro hell from time to time, but it was so good that I retro held pretty regularly on that cigar. Like, it is not strong in any facet, but it was so smooth and the profile was delicate that I was like, these cigars are better than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel on that one?
Yes.
Very delicate.
Yes. Yeah. Those are great cigars. I smoked mine earlier this evening because I held on to it when little Cisco Kid was through here.
We were going to try to
last
get
time.
together.
Yeah,
we weren't able to do that.
Wasn't able to
and
do
so
that.
then you smoked it.
Yeah, smoked it tonight, and I enjoyed it. It was a great cigar, very, very smooth. The mistake I made was I should have smoked that first instead of going with something heavy.
Yeah,
Instead of going
yeah.
for
That
Maduro
is
first.
definitely a cigar that you would like to smoke on a pretty clean palate.
Yes. Yeah. But it was still a great cigar, and the burn, construction, everything was fantastic. Well, you saw it.
Oh,
Great.
100%.
It was great.
So that's something funny. On Friday night, we went to the World Resort and we were at a lounge that was pretty fancy for me.
Yeah. Doesn't take much.
Anyway, me and Tim were sitting at a table and we played a game. And the game was, is that dude with a hooker or his girlfriend?
Okay. All right, Rob.
That
Here
was
we
a
go.
fun game.
There we go. We're off the rails now, people. We're off the rails.
Sorry. We did play that, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun. And then we played another game. Is he renting that car or is that his own?
Gotcha.
A lot of fraudulent people in Vegas. Did you notice any of that?
Yeah, I think I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Like, well, here's the thing I want you to take away, though. At any moment, people would see me and go, that dude's not fraudulent.
That's true.
That dude's drunk.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? He's like, he ain't trying to fool nobody.
No fraud there. He's stumbling around. He can't. Hey, that's not. That's
How'd
not
you
a
like
fraud.
Fremont Street?
That was an experience.
How about you and those two stripper women?
They weren't strippers.
They were showgirls.
I think I was going to say entertainers. I think showgirls is probably a little bit more appropriate.
They had big feathers.
Yes,
big
huge
boobs,
huge feathers,
butts.
yeah, and huge. Yes, all of the above, all of the above.
We saw a pretty big smile on your face.
You know, the feathers were so big. There was a couple of pictures you couldn't even see my face because the feathers were there all up in front of me.
Yeah. It was like, here's these giant red feathers, and you could just see a smile.
Fremont Street was an experience. If you've not been to Vegas,
You gotta
or if
go.
you've been to Vegas and have not been to Fremont,
It's
you
an
need to go to
experience
Fremont.
you gotta
Yes,
try.
Yeah. But the dinner,
The
was
dinner
unbelievable.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, if you know, but it was at Frederick's Italian Steakhouse.
you're wrong.
Well, I thought that's what it was.
Joe Vaccaro's
Oh.
Andiamo Grill, or Tony Vaccaro's Andiamo Grill,
Something like that.
Yeah, something. Somebody Vaccaro's but it was Andiamo
But
Grill. was
we
the end
had
of it. Incredible meal.
amazing steaks.
Yes, we did.
What'd you get?
I got the rib. I got the 20-ounce bone-in ribeye with sautéed broccolini with some garlic and olive oil and some Italian red peppers. That was an incredible meal.
How was the
The
service?
service was impeccable. Otto waited on us, and Otto provided great service. Incredible service.
And Otto had a team
Yes.
of servants.
Yes.
And all of them worked together to make sure the experience was spot on.
You know, one of the things that I really appreciated about that was they knew where the food went. You know, they took orders from it was 6 of us at dinner. They took orders from all 6 of us. They took the order. Otto took the order from all 6 of us. When they brought the food out, they knew where everything was going.
Oh, there was no like who had this.
Because Tuesday night at the hotel on Tuesday, somebody took the order, somebody else brought the food out, and was like, who had this, who had that, who had this. So she's putting stuff down. It's in the wrong place. No,
And
that's
these
mine.
dudes
That's
were
yours.
dressed.
To the nines.
I
To
mean,
the nines.
like when you say a server, the dudes are wearing white coats with the outside big old buttons all the way down.
Yeah.
And they know the menu backwards and forwards.
They were
you
sharp.
could ask
They were pressed.
any question.
Yep. Head and ass.
I was the only one that drank bourbon that night
Yes, you were.
at the dinner table.
You were.
I had 2 bourbons
Mhm.
and they were good, but I really didn't feel like it was overpriced either.
It was not. Especially, and you know, I told Mike and Helen this last night. My friends Mike and Helen out by Coronado's camp. I told them last night, you know, for what I paid for dinner, they could have gone to some like Copper Creek or one of the restaurants here.
Oh,
and spent
100%.
the same amount, if not more,
And
and,
not
they
be-
wouldn't have gotten a meal that was as good as the meal that we had.
Could you imagine a restaurant here with the level
Of
of
service.
service and food? Like it would be lights out.
I wish I
But
could.
nobody-
imagine a restaurant here. Like
Nobody
that.
does that here.
Yeah, they don't.
Like we're
They
not
don't.
even like we're
Not
light
close.
years away
Yeah.
from having that level
Yep. Light
of
years behind.
like I have a feeling that before the restaurant opens, they have like an amazing pep talk with their servers.
They have to. They have to. This is not what we expect. This is what we demand. This is what you have to produce.
They over deliver.
Yeah, they do. They do. Man, it was such a great experience.
Really was.
And you know, I'm critical about food, and I'm critical about service and restaurants.
Oh yeah,
because
the
of part of
McDonald's
my
kid
background.
would
Let's not
testify
even,
to that.
Let's not go back
The
down that road.
McDonald's kid would testify to the level of expectation you have.
And Sam, once again, I want to thank you for those fries.
We won't get into that.
$5.19 for an order of fries. But thank you, Sam, for those fries.
Yeah.
But no. They
Tim was afraid he
incredible.
wasn't going to get his food.
Yeah.
After your experience.
Tim's
anyway,
okay.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, if you get an opportunity, check out that restaurant.
Yes.
Because it's
It was
pricey.
great.
It's
But it's
pricey.
not. It really was
it's
not.
pricey compared to
Golden
if you're
Corral.
going to Chili's.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the night and day difference in the service and the quality of the food.
I was impressed.
Yeah, I
was
spent a
blown
lot
away
of
by
money there, and I was like,
It was worth it.
the best night that we had.
It was. Yeah. It really and truly was. 6 of us. We had a great time. You behaved.
And they were cool
They
because
were.
you remember I only had reservations for 5.
Mhm.
And I was like, hey, I got an extra person that wants to join us. You cool with that? And they're like, yeah, we'll go fix your
Yeah,
table.
we'll figure
and they
it out.
come back and they're like, all right, we got it ready.
Yeah.
I mean,
Remember, we reminded you a couple of times to bump up the reservation number, but
I know, but I couldn't
you were
get through.
busy. Yeah, you were tied up. With some
I was
other
tied
things. Yeah.
But anyway,
Literally.
that, my first cigar. My second cigar is going to be the Habano from All Saints. You know, Lauren was over there with Mickey Pegg,
Yes.
and he gave me one of those, and great cigar. I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Mickey Pegg.
All Saints Cigars and Mickey Pegg. They're doing some great things.
They
Doing some
really are.
fantastic things out there.
And then my last cigar of this week is going to be the El Popo.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I mean, we're down to 1.
Yeah.
It has your name on it. So the last one was mine, and it was phenomenal. If you haven't smoked the El Popo, get on the internet, find where the hell you can get one, and get one.
Get more than one. Because
Well-
if you smoke one, you're gonna want another one.
Yeah, I'm just saying you owe it to yourself to at least try it.
Try the El Popo,
And you know what?
the octopus.
Yeah, phenomenal cigar.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Is there anything else we missed?
No, I think we got it all.
All right. Until next time.
Life is short. Smoke a cigar.
Until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then.
Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather.
Happy trails to you. Till we meet again.